1, 2, 3, clap.
I'm a little bit close to the microphone for that. I forgot I had to do that.
That's fine. You can get as close to that microphone as you want.
As I want? Really?
Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. I talked a little bit slow there because Brogan surprised me by getting really close to the microphone. Anyway, over in Scotland, not Ireland, Gasman Scoop, that is Brogan Hastings.
And over in Australia, defending snitching. Let's be honest. He's snitching. It's Wayne Giovinazzi.
I am not snitching, and you know why, because this got talked about already in the bonus content, and we're just going to rehash this shit. So sorry, patrons, you got to listen to this twice. But good thing is, it's going to be at least a week apart from when you listen to it, because the bonus content is going to be about a week late. But yeah, anyway. Was watching the old bucket show performed live on Twitch by Matt and Mattingly in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Majestic Repertoire Theatre.
They're in the downtown. Big room again. What other details can we say? You know what that set was? That was for the musical parody. I thought it looked really familiar.
Cool, set.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah. So I was watching that, and in the chat, there was talk. I missed something. I don't know if it was a joke that was said or if it was something that someone said in the chat that I just missed or didn't see for some unknown reason. But Gasman Scoop, right? We're naming names. We're naming and shaming. Gasman Scoop basically referred to Brogan as being Irish, right? And of course, I had to say, look, I'm going to have to tell Brogan about this indiscretion that you have just committed, Gasman. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what Gasman said. Just called me a snitch.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah, called me a snitch. Yeah. And I said, well, if I don't tell Brogan and Brogan finds out on their own, I will get beaten. But I wasn't a snitch because you were actually lurking in the chat. You saw all this go down. You did not defend my honor after I defended yours. You were just like, damn straight you're going to get beat, boyo.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, what more is there to say? You know, it's like...
This is why we are not allowed to be in the same vicinity longer than a few weeks at a time. Because, like, in the time between, you forget that, Wayne's due for a beating. And by the time we do meet up and then we leave each other, it's like, oh, shit, forgot to smack that guy in the face multiple times.
Yeah. Until next year, Giovinazzi. No, the Bucket Show was playing at 11 p.m. Vegas time, which was about 7 a.m. my time. Now, I had a really horrendous time getting to sleep last night, but I was kind of awake. Like, dozing is probably the best thing. So I put it on my phone and I looked at it and then was falling asleep and I looked at it and then was falling asleep. And then, so I think I maybe caught it maybe about 10 minutes after it happened or something. But I did see it in the chat. And I was like, cool. But it does remind me of with the whole Scotland Yard thing, which I think said to you, Marks and Spencer's have released a Scottish Christmas jumper.
Okay. What is a Scottish Christmas jumper? It's
just a Christmas jumper that's just got Scottish flags on it and thistles and.
Oh,
but it's like
so
the kind
of blue and white. Is it?
Yeah, I thought I sent it to you. Did I not?
Maybe you did actually.
Oh yeah, because you thought it was a white boot the person was wearing.
Oh yeah, it looked like they were wearing like a big moon boot on their foot, like they'd been in some kind of tragic accident. Yeah, here it is. But you said you were sending it to Jacob. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I saw it, and I just don't think I had anything pithy to say about it. So
yeah, I think I'm going to get it, and I'm going to send it to Jacob just to be a dick.
I mean, for £25, you'd be crazy not to. Mm-hmm. You'd be losing money if you didn't. Hang on,
am I going to wait until there's an offer on the Sparks card that says you can get like 20% off jumpers? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. This is a photo of your laptop screen, right?
Yes.
So your laptop is a Fujitsu?
No.
Okay. What is the Fujitsu thing? Because like Fujitsu make air conditioners.
It's my laptop, but it's not my laptop.
It's the work laptop, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, same thing.
Was I looking at Christmas jumpers in work? Yes, I was. Fuck all y'all.
It was just to make sure that the people that you were auditing for anti-money laundering were not going to buy this with their funds for buying houses.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or a real estate agent.
I had to look at it for anti-money
here.
laundering reasons. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's for your work uniform. That's what it is. Yeah. Christmas time, work uniform. Are you allowed to wear anything you want when you go in the office? Within reason. Business casual.
Am I allowed, or has anybody said anything to me? Because those are two very different things. And the answer is I genuinely don't know. But no one has ever said anything to me. So I'm also not client-facing, so...
So it looks like you're wearing the what you would wear to give fashion advice to your mother right now. Would you wear that to work? To your place of employ? I have worn this to work. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Specifically, this is my super comfy oversized hoodie. The reason I wore this to work is because it was a day for medical reasons. I was incredibly uncomfortable.
Well,
so
there you go.
I was wearing extra baggy clothing that day. Yeah. So, and I said that to anyone. And the thing is with this, if you don't know hockey and you don't know the Golden Knights, it's not really a sports hoodie. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Let me. I'm going to say from the beginning. It is obviously sports related because of the design of it.
The type of clothing it is sports related, but you wouldn't realise it was connected to an actual team. For all anybody knows, it's one of those Primark fake team things.
Yeah. You know what we forgot to say?
What did we forget to say?
Top of the oh boy, we barely made it out of that one, huh, Brogan?
Oh yeah, we almost died. Then we didn't, and now we're here.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it's hard to tell because there was an episode in between this and Halloween episode. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the episode, it sounded like that Mr. Piffles attacked us, very much so. But it sounded like that they were eating our deceased carcasses. But that's not true. We just had a little bit of chicken that we fed them, and they were fine. No longer wanted to eat us. What I did. I assume you did the same.
Yes. I don't...
Yes.
Yeah, that's because I was going to say something else, and I'm like, okay, this just totally breaks the fourth wall, but I was like, I didn't actually... And I've not listened to the end of the official episode that dropped, but you sent me several versions of it. Yeah. And every single time I was like, it goes too long. Yeah,
I didn't have time to cut it down that last time. Because I just posted, so I was like, it didn't. I think at the last version wasn't too long.
15 seconds of us getting eaten.
But with screaming and stuff. Yeah. By the way, not our screams. Sorry to disappoint. They were stock screams that I got off the internet. I forgot what I was going to say now. It was about us dying. Oh yeah. So for those at home concerned, we didn't really die. We're alive.
We have no plans to shuffle off this mortal coil anytime soon.
Speak for yourself.
We have no plans to shuffle off this mortal coil anytime soon, Giovanazzi. You do not have a choice in the matter.
Gosh, just trying to be like one of those, millennial jokes. Far out. Come on now. Christ.
There's certain things we don't joke about.
One of them, we do not joke about the nanny.
We do not joke about the nanny.
But we do talk about the nanny.
It just makes me happy. It just makes me happy, okay?
Well, it's a day of celebration today.
It is. Well, a couple of days ago, certainly.
Today. Today.
No, as in, like, when we're recording this a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly today.
I'm very confused.
You're allowed to talk over the music.
I'm very confused with your timing.
When we're recording it today, we talk in the present. We are talking in the present, you and I.
Okay, right, we're talking in the present. So at present, okay. Today is not the 30th anniversary of the nanny.
Well, when is?
A couple of days ago, that's what I said.
Okay. I swear, earlier, like, before we started recording, you were like, today is the 30th anniversary. I think today is exactly.
The other day.
Must have been that thick Scottish accent that I couldn't hear through properly.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Well, good, because today is special for another reason, which we'll bring up later.
Anyway, yeah, so 30 years, I mean, this show is as old as I am.
I was 8 years old when The Nanny came out, when The Nanny first aired. But that's in the US. I don't know when its first original air date in Australia was.
Its first original air date in America was the 3rd. So, and we were recording this on the 5th, so yeah, it was a couple of days ago.
But in America, it's the 4th, because they're in the past.
Not now.
Right now, that... Okay, well, now, yes, because it's ticked over midnight. But while it was the 5th here and over where you live, it was at one point the 4th, which is a day closer to the 3rd.
Depends what
Brogan,
time it
physicists
airs.
Physicists are saying time doesn't exist. And I'm starting to believe them.
I don't believe in physicists.
Yeah.
I don't believe in physics. Yeah. But that's just how we roll, as we say, we're going to talk about The Nanny and then we argue about time differences.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I'm not going to hit the button for the music again, but because it plays once and you get too distracted. You get too distracted.
I do get too distracted. But I have things to talk about for The Nanny, so if yours related, that's fine. Anyway.
All right. Just for you, Brogan.
Just for me.
Just for you. But you do have to talk.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, oh, I love The Nanny. I just love it. It's so dumb. Yes, but I can't remember how we were talking about it, but in the bonus content or before we started recording, we were talking about... You mentioned Upstairs, Downstairs.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, Daniel Davis' dad wrote for it. And then I'm like, actually, now that I think about it, it's not Danny Davis' dad, because he's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Charlie Shaughnessy's dad.
That makes sense.
Charlie Shaughnessy's dad was the script editor for Upstairs, Downstairs. And then I was
So he was an editor, though.
Yes.
I don't know if an editor is the same as a writer.
Writer and editor, I believe.
Okay. Because an editor would, say, no, writer, change this. Only he would say it more with a British accent.
I'm not even going to attempt that. I thought about it there, but I was like, I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Look, I don't know where Charles Shaughnessy's father hails from, so I can't really do his voice justice. But I say, no, send this back. This is not good.
He's from Devon.
Remove... I don't know a Devon accent.
Plymouth.
I know. I used to know someone from Plymouth. No idea.
No. His mum was an actor, though. Charlie Shaughnessy's not Alfred's. But, the picture on IMDb of Alfred Shaughnessy is that's just Charlie Shaughnessy now without a beard. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, obviously I started looking at things and it reminded me that Charles Shaughnessy played a character that I was very upset that he played this character, because I like Charles Shaughnessy and I hate this character. And I hate this character for good reasons. But did you ever see the TV series The Magicians?
Single series? Or are you talking about something else? I'm thinking
there's maybe
of something
about
else, I think.
2 or 3 series. But it was a book of novels.
I don't think I did.
It was a series of novels first.
Yeah, but it's called The Magicians, but they're not stage magicians, are they? They've got fucking magical powers, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I stopped watching it. Six. There was 5 seasons of The Magicians.
What? How did I miss that?
Yeah, it says why was season 6 of The Magicians cancelled? That's what it's saying.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The books are weird as shit.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should go back and watch it because I really did like the books. But Charles Shaughnessy is in The Magicians. His character name is... Oh, I'm going to mispronounce his surname because I've never actually heard it said. I've only ever read it. Christopher Plover.
Okay.
And it upsets me.
Plover?
Plover.
P-lover.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because...
Oh no.
Yeah, he's a child predator.
Okay. Children aren't synonymous with
boys.
Yeah. Aww.
Penis lover.
Yeah, okay. Yep. I was going for urine.
No.
Personally.
So yeah, it greatly upsets me that they cast the wonderful and lovely Charles Shaughnessy in this role.
Charles Shaughnessy is just sitting at home and is desperate for work. He's like, a role's a role. Because he doesn't really have a British accent either. He does, but it's sounding more and more American every single interview I watch. He did say that. He's like, I'm sounding more mid-Atlantic now.
But he's been,
I like how he gives it a region.
He's been in the US for like 40 years.
Yeah.
You know? He was in the US like minimum 10 years before he was in the Nanny. Minimum.
Look, I feel like if we lived in America, in Vegas, your dream is to live in Vegas.
Yes.
I don't think my accent would change very much. I don't think yours would. I mean, I know I purposely have to pronounce things differently.
Yeah.
And I'm very aware of it, like when I'm streaming as well, because most of my audience is American. Like, I have to pronounce R's. That's all. Things like that.
I'm aware of it when I specifically pronounce things when I talk to Penn, because I have to A, speak louder, and B, I have spoken to Penn and had him look at me with utter confusion because he has not a fucking clue what I said. And the devastation I felt, I don't ever want to experience that again.
Yep. I flexed a little bit this past week.
Did you?
I name dropped.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't really deserve the to do the name drop, but I thought it was funny. That's why I did it. But it was that. Now, first of all, I have to say, I'm very disappointed. There was no therapy dog. No therapy dog.
Fucking boo.
Right? Yeah. No. The dog's name is Joy. So.
No joy.
Like.
No
exactly.
joy.
No joy. I feel like there is no point going. So, but my therapist suggested the book Thinking Fast and Slow.
Yes.
And I said, oh, I've actually been suggested that book before. And I was like, oh, really? By who? And I'm like, oh, my acquaintance, Ben Gillette. Sure, yes. Met a couple of times. Sure, yes. He suggested it on his podcast, but I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It is funny. It's like I'm leaving my current workplace, and this similar situation happened last year. And obviously last year I took back the thing. But the point of this is the women that work in the Edinburgh reception have been found out that I know some magic and, the magician connection thing. And one of the women, Ingrid, has been asking me to do a trick for over a year now. So when I was leaving the office the other day, I was like, look, I have my bag. I've got my cards in the bag. I was like, I will very quickly show you something. So we were talking and stuff. She's like, oh my God, that's so cool. And
what was the trick?
Card to impossible location.
Okay. All right.
So
did you come prepared and have an additional card already in another location?
I am always prepared for that one. Always. It's one of the few that I'm like, if anything happens, I know I can do it because it looks so cool when it's like, it looks spontaneous.
Yeah. With the trick that you can do at home with the 3 of clubs, I've got that set up all the time. If someone's got a deck of cards, I've got a punchline always with me.
Pretty much. That's how I did the.
Yep.
The trick is that's how I always start that one because I like that one because you can just be like, I'm not going to touch it.
So what was your punchline? What was the punchline? What was the reveal?
So the way I done it was, I was like, look, I put my bag down on the chair and I was like taking stuff out of my pocket, like my keys and my wallet, and I put them on the counter and I was like, right, okay. So gave them the deck, got them to do the, take about a third off, put it at the side, take a third off, put it to the side. It wasn't the trick you do at home. It was closer to Whispering Queen. Because I like the thing for that. They check the card. Okay, put it back on any of the piles. Take the piles up, shuffle it. I haven't touched the card. You hand it back to me, I shuffle it. I was like, is this your card? They're like, no. I was like, oh, fuck. Is this your card? No. Oh, fuck. I was like, and I'm standing back from the desk at this point. I'm like, go and do me a favour, go and pick up my wallet. And they're like, no. And I'm like, in that, can you just double check in that pocket for me? And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, that's how I do that. And I like that one because you've got I haven't touched the wallet since you know the card. You've touched the deck the entire time. It really does. It's a good looking trick.
Yep.
But the point of this is...
Oh, yeah, you go on.
The that they were saying all this. They were like, oh my God, have you spoken to Zach? And I'm like, who's Zach? And I'm like, no, I don't know who you mean. And they're like, oh, Zach, who's one of the financial advisors. He used to be a magician before he came to work here.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he used to be a magician before he lost his soul.
I was like, what? They were like, yeah, he used to do it professionally, he still does. I don't know. Let's ask him. So they were like, he wasn't in the office that day, but he will be in the office on Monday, as will I. Yeah. So, but he started emailing, and he was like, the girls were saying that you do magic. You know, what kind of thing do you do? I was like, I don't really do magic, like the most basic self-working tricks, but I like the background of it. I've got a lot of friends who are professional magicians and stuff.
Yeah.
And he went, yeah, I heard about that. And once with the initials that are P and T by any chance? And I was like, that's two of them.
Yes, Piff and Teller.
Yeah. Pretty much. So yeah, but
Piff and Theodore.
Yeah. But he asked if I wanted to go to the Edinburgh Magic Circle. And I was like,
oh wow.
So yeah, so we're having it. He's like, what time works for you on Monday? And I was like, how about 10? He's like, sure, I'll block out my diary.
Yeah.
So we've got a 10 o'clock.
People don't need financial advice.
People don't need financial advice. People don't need AML at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning.
Nah.
So I've got a meeting with a magician on Monday morning.
Yep. Cool.
And you know what? I bet this guy fucking shows up, which is more than Derek does.
Yeah. Because is that meant to be this coming Wednesday now? This Derek meeting?
I don't know. Did I tell you the whole story with that?
Yeah, you did.
That it wasn't even. It was supposed to meet me on Wednesday, 10 till 12, and I went like to the point that he said I was supposed to be going into Glasgow. I planned to go into Glasgow.
Yeah, because there was going to be cake.
There was going to be cake, and I said this to Derek, and he said, "Well, now you're in Edinburgh."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" Meeting 10 till 12, and I go in there, and I'm like, "If he is not in here by 10:30, I am going home." Yeah. And they're kind of. Sandra's in there, she's kind of laughing, and I'm kind of laughing because I expect him to be late. It gets to 10:30, not a word. Yeah. Not a word. Sandra emails reception, they're like, oh yeah, we don't expect Derek in today.
And did you message Derek and say, you owe me cake, motherfucker?
No. Well, it turns out Graham wasn't in Glasgow either, so there was no cake at all. So at least I don't feel bad about that.
The cake was a lie.
Honestly, I did feel like absolute shit anyway. I was in a lot of pain. So because my original plan was like, well, if he's not there, I'm just going to fuck off to Glasgow. But I was like, you know what? I'm just fucking off home.
Yeah. I mean, how you wouldn't travel from Edinburgh to Glasgow. That's got to be like an hour between, right?
Yeah, I could do that on a lunch break.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to travel for an hour?
You don't know how good this cake is.
Okay.
Don't forget, I like going into the Glasgow office. I like going in there because, and there's the comic shop and stuff, and I like it. But I ended up just going home because I just felt like total shit. So I emailed Derek and said, I'm going home, assuming we're not meeting. I don't know where you are. Blah blah blah. And I forwarded his original email to HR. That said meeting on first and I literally said, I want it noted that I was asked to come into the office for this, and Derek is not showing up. And I understand he's in Dundee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was in Dundee. And then, so I sent all that, and bear in mind, meeting was supposed to be 10 till 12. I get a phone call from Derek at like 2:30, 3 o'clock saying, are you okay? I'm like, what? He says, oh, I just seen your email. It says you're in a great amount of pain. I'm like, No acknowledgement of the fact that we're supposed to have a meeting.
Yeah.
I went, And I'm like, I don't know what else to say. I'm just like, I'm so fucking angry and pissed off.
You should have gone, I'm fine. Yes, there's physical pain, but there is also emotional pain, emotional damage that you have caused me, Derek.
From this point on, and it sounds like a joke, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, I am not. There are, as of Thursday past, I have 4 weeks left at this job.
Yeah. Yep.
If Derek wants a meeting with me in those 4 weeks, I am not showing up to the office until the day off, and he tells me that he's in the office, and I get third-party verification.
Yeah.
By which I mean, if he wants a meeting in Edinburgh, then that's fine. But I wait until the day off. Okay, I fucking lost my train of thought. Shit.
Day of. People must verify.
So if Derek wants a meeting in Edinburgh, then I am waiting until the day off. he tells me, I am free at this time. I am currently in Edinburgh. Great. I'll say, Sandra, going to check that he's actually in Edinburgh for me. Because if she turns around and said, actually, no, he left 10 minutes ago. Because he's done that before, that he said he'll have a meeting with me. And literally walked past the window to the office. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah.
So, Derek is a partner?
Yes.
So it's basically like it's his company, yeah?
Yes, he has a stake in the company. He is an equity partner, I believe it's called.
Fucking obviously you are not the only person he treats like this. It will be everybody.
Well, I was thinking about this. I'm the only person he treats like this to this degree.
Okay.
And it doesn't help because I don't have a team. The team is me. I don't have anybody else to go to. I don't have any other backup. It's just him, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas at least with like employment partners, they can, you know, he obviously doesn't do this with clients because he wouldn't be practicing with it. He doesn't do this with the management board, you know? It's just me. It's just me with this. I know he's got a reputation for doing it as well.
Yeah, you could be like, one of the reasons why I'm leaving is I feel discriminated against. I'm singled out.
Yep, well, funny you say that because we're like, this is a hate crime. Homophobic.
Yeah, there you go. We can't all be like you, Derek. Right, so going back to the topic of magic, do you have any other go-to tricks?
It's really just the Whispering Queen and Card to Impossible Location are the two that I know I can do without thinking too hard about it or worrying that I'm going to... actually, no, because you can use the same method for prediction, for any kind of prediction. Whereas I've done the same trick and I've written it on my iPad ahead of time.
Yep. Because I've got two go-tos. One is if I have my own deck, which is irrelevant because I can do it with anyone's deck.
Yeah.
Or if it's their deck, it's more impressive when it's to an impossible location kind of thing. Because so they'll give me I'll say, okay, if you've got a deck of cards, sure, I can do a trick for you. And then I'll take their cards, I'll look through them, just say, okay, just to make sure this is a normal looking deck. Cool. Locate the 3 of clubs, manipulate it to the top of the deck. Right? So it's like, okay, I'll just give these a shuffle and make sure it's on the top. And then do the whole Penn and Teller style, here's a trick that you can do for your friends at home. Count down off the top and then have them do it. You know, their basic force.
Yeah.
And then the fake reveal, of course, which one time fucking worked. It's like, will you be surprised if your card is now on the top of the deck? It's like, yeah, I would. It's like, well, here it is. And it was the 3 of clubs.
That's even better. That's ideal. Yep. That is the ideal situation.
Yep. Walk away. So fake fails. And then I'm like, oh, all right. And then I send them well, back then even it was an MMS, a multimedia message. Nowadays it'd be like a messenger or SMS or something like that. And it is a picture of the 3 of clubs, like sort of leaned against my computer monitor, and they're like, "Holy crap, that was my card!" It's like, yeah, it was, but look at the time and date next to it, and it's from like 2006 when that photo was taken. It's next to the time and date on Windows. So there's that one, and then the other one I've got, I can probably show. We can probably record it after we've done this, so I can show you it on Zoom.
Yeah,
because I think it's an easy trick to do, and it blows people away. So I'll show you it and then how to do it.
Yeah, I think mine kind of looks impressive as well because the deck that I use for this isn't the standard looking deck. It's I want to say it's a bicycle deck that's astronomy, so it's like all sort of space and star themed. Yeah. So it's like, oh well, it's obviously definitely that card because you know.
Yeah.
So.
Because the stars were speaking to me.
The stars were speaking to me.
Yeah. So that's the problem, though, when you're using decks that are fancy looking, because then people can't help but think, oh, a trick deck, to some degree.
I suppose there's that.
Yeah.
I always
but then
think...
again...
Yeah, I don't know.
now that there's a lot more of that sort of market for fancy cards and with like cardistry and fancy looking cards and stuff like that, I guess that helps a bit for that.
Yeah.
Right. So today is not the 30th anniversary.
No. No.
Okay.
You misunderstood me.
Yeah. Well, today is a very special day.
Why?
Today is Bury Your Turtle Day. Yep, you heard me right. Bury your turtle. Dig a hole, chuck your turtle or tortoise. No, maybe not tortoise, but chuck your turtle in that hole, cover it with sand, dirt, leave it for a couple of months.
Will the turtle be okay?
Yes, this isn't any old turtle. This is a hibernating turtle.
Okay.
If you've got a hibernating turtle and live in the northern hemisphere.
I mean, I feel like these are qualifiers that you should have right at the start, because how many people are going to go, oh shit, and then now undigging their turtle?
No, I've done people a favor right now, because these people are like, oh shit, it's Bury Your Turtle Day. I totally forgot. And to be fair, oh, let's not go there, please.
I know, I saw the news and I'm sad.
Yeah. But yeah, to be fair, not every turtle needs burying, and it's not a set day. It is usually around the end of October when it starts to cool down. You bury your toidle.
Toidle.
And, folks at home with a terrapin, make sure it's a hibernating turtle or a tortoise that needs to be buried. There are dangers involved. If your turtle or tortoise or terrapin is sick or injured, don't bury it. Do the right thing. Take it to a vet. And don't confuse it with the other... don't confuse it with Freeze Your Turtle Day, because then it's probably going to die if you put it in the freezer.
Okay, question. Which is a better turtle name? Turt Reynolds or Shelley Duvall?
Ooh, okay. That's for a turtle, I would say Turt Reynolds. I like Turt Reynolds.
Yeah.
For a tortoise, I like Fred. Fred for a tortoise.
The reason those two specific names come up because in Firewatch you can adopt a turtle. And those are the two names that it gives you, Shelley Duvall or Turt Reynolds. And I'm like, Turt Reynolds, obviously.
I'm trying to think of turtle related names, and I can't think of any.
No.
Yeah. Nothing that's relevant because you live in Scotland and I live in Australia. No, that wouldn't make sense to you either. Oh, well. Right. But yeah, it's Bury Your Turtle Day. Don't just go ahead to seek your turtle professional, your turtle healthcare professional before burying or freezing your turtle. Mm-hmm. Because being down here in the southern hemisphere, it might be Freeze Your Turtle Day. I don't know. We are not turtle experts. We are not turtle enthusiasts. We just report the news.
I'm making all these faces and gestures and stuff, and I've only just realised
no one can see.
This will not come over on the podcast.
Yep. Maybe I'll put some audio cues for when you make a face. Yeah. Oh yes. But actually, no. With turtles have been showing up on my stream recently because I've been playing Metal Gear Solid, right? Mm-hmm. In Metal Gear Solid, the voice of Liquid Snake is Cam Clark, who is the voice of Leonardo from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, right? And look, Liquid, he goes hard, right? Mm-hmm. He gets very angry all the time. He shouts a lot. At some point, he will shout at Solid Snake, and he'll be like, "Brother!" He does that all the time, actually. Mm-hmm. So much so that resonated with me. I think I've told the story before that we've sent an email to him when I was working at Game. Yes. Yeah. So he is in that. But then in Metal Gear Solid 2, there's a guy, I can't remember the character's name now, but he is voiced by Master Splinter. The guy who does the voice of Master Splinter.
There you go.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been showing up a lot in my streams. Turtles in general.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fred. Fred should be the name of the tortoise because of Mr. Mercedes. That is the name of Bill... What's his name? Bill Hodges? Is it Bill Hodges? Main character? I can't remember.
I forgot that. I got... That book came out when I was working at Waterson's, and I got an ARC for it, which is an advanced reader copy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you like it? Because I like the series.
I read the first 3 chapters and I did really like it, but there was a couple other things coming out at the time that I really, really, really wanted to read.
Yep.
Back when I read a lot, it was manga.
Of course it was.
Probably manga.
By looking at your shelf, I would have said that, yes. I've started a new book. Just started. Book 4 in the You series. It's a Joe Goldberg novel, You. Now a hit Netflix show where he's basically a stalkery kind of guy.
Was it not Dirty John or something?
No, that's something else.
Is it?
Yeah. No, You is very different. You is I started to watch the series before the books.
Yeah.
The initial time when I watched episode 1 of series 1 of You, I'd done one session with a new therapist, right? This is back in 2018 or something. And I had to stop seeing them after one episode because this guy looked very similar to Penn Badgley, who plays the main character. And after seeing the first episode, I was like, no, can't do this. No.
And now all I can think is Penn Badgley and Miles Teller, Penn and Teller, fucking do it. If they ever come round to the point that there will be no more Fool Us after this scene, the very last Foolers, I want to be Penn Badgley and Miles Teller. And I think Penn's even said this as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, do it. Fucking do it.
Yep. But like a lot of things, the book, like same with Mr. Mercedes. I mean, I love the series, but the book I think is better. Same with the You series because Joe doesn't go hard enough in the TV series.
Right.
He's just a fucking... you listen to the shit that is... I say I'm reading the book. I'm listening to the audiobook. He's just mental. He is clearly fucking insane.
Yeah.
And that is what makes it work. Whereas he's an anti-hero in the TV series. I mean, he still is in the book, but it's more obvious that he's a fucking loopy Looney Tunes guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But okay. We almost went there. We're going to go there. Letterkenny is coming to an end.
Sad times.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm behind on Letterkenny, like I'm behind on a lot of things.
Yeah, so am I.
But it still hurts.
Yeah.
It still hurts that it's ending.
Mm-hmm. But I suppose
hey, maybe that...
I would rather it ended on a high. I'm assuming that it's still in a good place, but...
Look, I believe that Letterkenny may be like Fool Us, where it is Crave Networks, one of their top performing shows.
Yeah.
So they're leaving on... I imagine they're ending it on their terms.
Good. Well, no, what I mean is, like, it's not like to the... Because just because a show is popular doesn't mean that the writing is good.
Yeah.
Supernatural should have ended after season 5.
You mean it shouldn't have gone on for 15 seasons?
It should not have gone on for 15 seasons at all.
This is how long Supernatural went on for, right? Mm-hmm. I remember when it first came out. Mm-hmm. And then I remember I was at home. I was a child, basically, still. And then I remember being a working adult, full functioning, in air quotes, adult, living in my own place, going over to a friend's house, and Supernatural was on. And I was like, this show is still going?
I remember how I found out that Supernatural ended. Via memes on Tumblr.
Yeah.
Because it was the same time that there was like a lot of things happened at once on that day. There was Putin, there was Desiel, there was a lot of things, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. It's like, this is how long ago Supernatural started. Uh-huh. It started while Gilmore Girls was still on.
No. Now,
yes.
Oh, no, because it started. I was going to say, I thought you said ended there, and I was like...
Gilmore Girls and Supernatural, their series overlap. Not like not in worlds, but because Rory's love interest, I can't remember his name.
Oh, Dean!
In either show. Yeah, Dean.
Yeah, because he's named... Because he's Dean in that one and Sam.
Yeah. So Dean becomes Sam, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, so, it's like, while those shows were still airing, he left one show to go on the other, so... That's how old it is.
Wow.
Are you Googling something? Are you Google-fooing?
But no, I'm trying to remember, because it was such a huge fucking deal that it happened. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how long ago was this? It can't have been that long ago, but at the same time...
You're right. When did Supernatural start? Let us know. When did Supernatural begin?
Supernatural began... Oh, I don't know. Carry On was the very, very last episode. 327 episodes.
That's a run, hey?
November 2020, so it was during the pandemic.
Yeah. And it first broadcast on September 13, 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. I have not watched a single episode of Supernatural.
I used to love it. It used to be good.
So Crowley, right? In the show.
Yes.
Is he the same Crowley as David Tennant, or is he Aleister Crowley?
Aleister Crowley.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Because that's what I always assumed. I just wanted to make sure I knew what I was assuming was correct.
Yeah, no, here.
Yep. I think there's something that we need to touch on, and that is the backlash that we have received.
We've received backlash?
We have received backlash. Well, okay, not so much you, because everybody loves Brogan. Mm-hmm. Brogan has done nothing wrong.
I have done nothing wrong.
I like how you just look up from your phone, smile and nod at the camera. No. Apparently, people aren't allowed to have opinions anymore.
What opinion did you post?
Hey, no, come on. No, this isn't like, oh, I think the Jewish. It's nothing like that. No, it was my opinion on that movie that I watched, Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. There's no apologies here. There's no apologies. I can't. Look, okay. Maybe I was a little bit influenced of having watched a couple of bad movies already. That could be it. No. Just look. What the fuck was that, Brogan? We're leaving this Beetlejuice talk behind, and we're going into what the fuck was that, Brogan?
So I'm going to send you this.
Hang on. Does this require a musical backing track?
No, because it is a musical backing track.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so one of the ways that I found out that... Okay, the big thing about Supernatural is Destiel, which is Dean and Castiel gay. It's canon.
Of course.
And that was a huge thing. The way I found out it was canon was this video. And it was a Bollywood dance. And it was like American.
Oh. Okay, so is this actually in the world of Supernatural, or is this something that someone has made?
No, this is just a meme that someone has made.
Okay.
And it just fucking slaps. Election was going on, Putin was going on, Putin had resigned.
All you're doing right now is playing a Bollywood song with no reference. This is just literally for Brogan's own entertainment.
For my own entertainment. I'm going to send you the link because honestly, it's like...
Okay, bro, it's okay. It's for you. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's for your entertainment.
You're going to suffer this!
God, okay. Maybe in the bonus content between episodes, I'll review it.
Yeah, but I forgot the fact that it was the US election. Supernatural ended and Destiel was canon. Putin resigned, which obviously, who knows what the fuck happened
Didn't
there.
happen. Yeah.
And System of a Down released new music, all on the same day.
Okay, yeah.
Before we go any further, can I open this now?
You can, but we're going to go one step further. Just while we've had a lot of turtle talk this episode, and there's one more thing we need to reference.
Okay.
In regards to turtle talk, and that isn't coffee time, but we do have an apology to make, and that is to your mother. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Valid. Said, why the fuck was your father's opinion on coffee not considered coffee talk? And absolutely right. So this is for you.
It's time for coffee talk. Saving those turtles one straw at a time.
There we go. And then to finish turtle talk, our good friend Jimothy has a new title added, because did you see his Halloween costume?
Yes.
Because Bowser is a turtle. So It is King Lord Bowser, Mr. Professor Uncle Dr. Jimothy Mycicle Jeptholomew Esquire II.
You definitely were reading that, and I don't blame you.
Oh, absolutely, I was. I can't even remember the third word in that series in that chain.
I can't remember what order it goes in anymore.
Yep. Okay, Brogan is thirsty, so we have to go into cultural exchange. That was a good crack. I like how you didn't even go in to talk about what this cultural exchange is.
No. Okay, this is as we started last episode for you lot, a long time ago for us.
You say a long time ago. Technically, it was the bank episode. We recorded episode 99 and this bank episode. And we're only at 107, so how many weeks is that? It's a few weeks.
It's a few weeks. It feels like a long time. It's a month ago, probably, which feels like a long time ago.
Physicists are saying time does not exist, so
anyway,
it is as you perceive it.
I want to take a drink, so here's the thing.
Yes.
This is Power Brew. This is the Diablo Cherry.
This is the one. How's the bouquet?
As shit.
Oh, yes.
It smells like...
This is the one I want.
Okay, you know those gummy cherry candies?
We don't really get cherry-flavoured anything here. But I'm very familiar with cherry candy.
Like Haribos.
Okay, yes.
The cherries in Haribo.
Yep.
That's what it smells like. And that's what it tastes like.
Oh, cool.
It tastes so good. It tastes so good.
So, did you know that the production of... I went on the Wikipedia and I searched how this flavour was created. Mm-hmm. Fucking Steve Zahn. Right? He said, you got to make it taste like the Haribo cherry. So, on the Steve Zahn Moody Octopus scale, I'm assuming it was rating a happy octopus.
It's rating a very happy octopus. It's rating such a happy octopus, it gets the honour of being put in a Penn and Teller cup.
Oh, wow. Wow. The fancy drinkware comes out, gets broken out.
Get out the fancy glassware.
It's a nice red colour. One of my Penn and Teller, one of my fancy glassware, broken, cracked, up the whole side. And I've got another one that's leaking from the bottom. That leaves me with 3.
That's so sad.
That leaves me with 3. It does, yeah, yep.
This thing looks red on Zoom. It looks bright pink to me. And then I look at it, I go to take a picture and it looks orange. Like it looks like proper Iron Brew. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Magic.
But
it's the camera sensor, that's what it is.
Yeah, but to me, it's like bright neon pink.
Yeah, it looks kind of red on camera.
Yeah.
It looks like a red drink. We didn't get here when we were talking about the Bucket Show and them streaming on Twitch. Mm-hmm. I was about to say, I can always get more Penn and Teller cups anytime I want. I can get the drink, anytime I want,
Yeah.
But just by going to the big Penn and Teller show in the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada.
Absolutely.
And then I remembered what was being said in the chat in Twitch. And that was people, Aussies, talking about going over for Scootfest 2024. Mm-hmm. And I'm still in the position of unlikely to happen.
No.
And we were saying, in the Twitch chat, I said, I will need to marry rich to be able to go. And Jacob was, go for it, do it.
Was that him offering to marry you?
I don't think so. I mean, considering we'd both be committing bigamy if that was the case.
It's Nevada. Surely that's legal.
Yeah. But yeah, at this rate, I think I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to gender it. I need a sugar person. A sugar. What's the way to say it? Because it could be a daddy. It can be a mummy. I don't care as long as they're paying my way for Scootfest 2024. Look, it doesn't even have to be that involved. If that, see that now that gets a bit gross. That gets a bit gross. Yeah, sugar legal guardian. That's what I need. I need a sugar legal guardian. Yeah. Just to the for the Scootfest weekend and the 3 weeks or so that you're going to be in Vegas as well. Mm-hmm. So we can make sure that that tradition stays up. Yep. So if you would like to apply for the role of sugar legal guardian, write into admin@nicepodbud.com. Look, I'm not going to be too picky. If you're offering the cash, it's pretty much a given that I'll take it.
Even if you ask for feet pics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had that whole feet pic thing that we talked about
sell your feet pics.
during Halloween. Yeah, yep. No,
only
I'm
feet.
Not, yeah, it's. I feel like it should be a subscription model. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. We're not going there again, though.
But then that means you have to keep up sending feet pics. Whereas if you sell your feet pics, you have to take it once and get the money.
But then I feel like once I've sold them once, they're out there, I've lost the digital rights to them. Is that right? I don't know. Am I licensed? Am I providing it to them under license?
Do you want to go into copyright law?
Hey.
Copyright and contract law?
How much do you know about copyright and contract law?
A little bit.
Okay, then.
More. I mean, yeah, it completely depends on what you put in the contract when you're selling them.
Okay. So I could put not to be used. Could I do a piff book disclaimer? Don't steal my tricks, but use them for inspiration. Don't steal my feet pics, but use it for inspiration.
Yes.
And whatever that inspiration is for you, look, I'm not judging. I'm not questioning it.
You could put in the contract that these are for personal use only.
Not for resale. Not for resale.
Not for resale, not for public distribution.
Without express permission. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. People don't want pictures of my feet. That's what. Why would they? Make an offer. Make an offer is what I'm saying. Every offer considered. And then afterwards, I can come to you. It's like, my God, Brogan, I made $12.50 selling feet pics. And you're gonna be like, which arsehole gave you 50 cents? I'll be like, all of them. I think that is one of Matt's favorite jokes.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, that was the joke I was going to make.
Lost Brogan. Say that again.
Honestly, that was the joke I was going to make. So I like.
Good.
I like same brain.
Yeah. One brain. Yeah.
One brain.
Melded. Look, I'm looking at our list, and we've got stuff on there, but we're also running. We're at 50 odd minutes, so I don't think I want to touch on anything.
Okay.
Because that's kind of art talk. Which we're saving for next week. Next episode. Yeah, just next week. No. I mean, I've watched stuff that you haven't, so I can't really talk about. Okay, all right. There's one thing I'll talk about that I have seen that you haven't, which is the latest episode of Fool Us. Episode 2 of Season 10.
Yep.
I'm not going to talk about any of the acts, per se, and their performances and their tricks or anything, so there's no real spoilers.
Well, things you can see. Is there anybody that we recognise?
No one I know.
No one.
I do know Penn. I do know Teller. I didn't spot anyone we know in the audience. And I was looking. I didn't spot anybody. But no, this act, I can't remember their name, but they were very 80s, 90s Penn and Teller vibe, which I liked.
Yeah.
And what Penn also referenced as well. But part of it was there was the magician and someone else on stage with them sitting at a table. And he refers to this person as their grandmother. Kez pointed this out immediately. Clearly, someone wearing a mask. They were Mrs. Doubtfiring it up. Like, 100%. The skin tone of the hands and the face did not match. It was done well, but you could see around gaps around the eyes, and the ears were too deep, and the teeth go in too deep. Clearly, an old lady mask.
Right.
What I appreciated about it is that it was just part of the bit. They did not reference it. It was not a big reveal in the trick. It had nothing to do with the trick whatsoever. It was just someone dressed up as an old woman wearing an old lady mask. It was great.
I like that.
It was really good.
Because that's good misdirection.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like, no. So you spend so much time thinking about that, you're not thinking about anything else.
Yeah. I mean, they were used in the trick for the reveal, but nothing to do with them being dressed up as an old woman.
Did Penn talk about it at all? Did they fool for a start?
No.
Right.
No.
Which means they probably fooled Penn, but not Teller.
No. There was an act where Penn did say, 100% fooled me. Absolutely fooled me. But this show is called Fool Us.
Yeah.
And then when we came back, sat down, Teller did a few sketches and stuff, which I didn't believe for a second, because as we know, Teller can't draw.
No, Teller can draw.
Okay, but
Pen
I
can't
thought,
draw.
didn't Teller one time have to draw something for someone, and they could not decipher what it was?
No, that
As
was,
in, like,
that was Pen.
That was Penn drew the boat or the house?
Yeah. I know it because Teller paints. Teller's mum and dad were artists, and
I know that.
He's an artist too.
All right.
Part-time.
Okay.
Teller has done sketches of tricks that have got... So the reason I know this is because there was a guy on YouTube who was doing shadows and offering to sell it.
Yeah.
And Teller sued him. There was a whole big thing. Teller done sketches of how that trick is done, and it's in the copyright of it. You can tell what it is when Teller draws, at the very least.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not A plug.
I'm going to have to look this up. I'm going to have to look this up again. Just to see. Just to see if it was, because I remember being talked about on
Teller can't drive.
PSS and stuff. well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. But, neither can Penn. He's crashed into like his own garage multiple times.
Oh,
yeah,
they're so sweet.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. My memory might be shot, or it might be half truths. I don't know. I
know that when Penn was trying to explain a trick and it was camel through the eye of a needle, he drew it, and I want to say it was Zeke looked at it and went, "What the fuck is that?" And they had Penn sign it. And there's pictures.
Yeah, I mean, we are well aware that Penn can't draw. That is documented well.
Yes.
I'll put it down to me being wrong. I'm happy for that. Look, I am big enough to admit when I'm wrong, and in this case, I may very well be wrong. As for Beetlejuice is a shit movie.
It's not a shit movie. It's not.
It's not. Okay, it's not a good movie.
It's the worst of the Beetlejuice canon.
Look,
it's not.
I wouldn't watch it again. It has problems. There are problems with the movie. There are issues.
It's also old as shit.
That's what I'll say. Yeah. All right. You know what else is old as shit? Danny Davis.
Yeah, but that's okay. We know my freaky ass taste.
But what I'm saying is... I
like the old man. What's wrong with that?
Yours? Okay. So, all right. If there's problems with Danny Davis, you're just going to take them. You're not going to try and improve Danny Davis?
I don't need to improve him.
Okay, just
I don't need to fix him. He's fine as he is.
I
could break him.
Holy shit. What the fuck? I can't... Look, every time now, I have to be the snitch, because I've just seen the length of your fucking nails.
What about them?
Well, if you are going to beat the shit out of me for...
Yeah,
they look huge.
They do look huge.
Yeah, so if I am not snitching when people call you Irish or whatever, or saying that you're from London, like, I don't want chunks of flesh removed.
I mean, they don't look as long like that.
Like, you can't... Are you kidding? You can't even see the tops of mine.
I suppose, yeah, I do need to cut my nails.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Just be thankful you didn't know me when I went through the phase in high school of sharpening them.
Yeah, okay, all right. I think anyone... I feel like that's a typical thing for people to do when they grow nails, is to sharpen them.
Mm-hmm. Into points.
Yeah, no, it's sharpened them into concaved.
No, as in it wasn't like knife point. It was like
not like a knife. Yeah,
not like a knife.
Not
it's
like
more like
a
an
blade sharpened.
Yeah,
but you would be better off sharpening it concave. So then you have 2 points, one at like each side of the nail. That's 20 points.
There you go.
Right. So yeah, if you are calling Brogan something other than Scottish, it is my duty to say so. I don't want to risk getting the shit beaten out of me. So I am the snitch. If you say it in my presence, I have no choice but to dib dob on you.
Yeah, Wayne's just a snivelly little coward.
I will tell.
I'm going to tell on you.
I'll tell. Yeah, I'll tell.
I'm going to tell my podcast co-host.
Yeah. Look,
Venn diagram, you, Logan, and Noah. I'm going to tell Brogan.
It's just a circle.
Just a circle.
Just a circle.
I'm going to tell Brogan you said that.
But that's only if... Look, Brogan, just block your ears for a second. There we go. Brogan is pretending not to listen. That's just in a public forum. If you tell me personally, I'll laugh along with you. I don't need to tell Brogan if that's the case. Look, you could reach out to me, like DM me, and like I'll be like, lol, sure, Brogan's Irish, ha ha ha. To be sure, Brogan is Brogan. What are you doing? Are you sending me threats? What's going on?
No, I'm looking at pictures of Danny Davis, so I don't have to listen to you.
Oh, good. All right, cool. Being killed at the end of one episode is enough. It doesn't need to happen again. But yeah, right. If you want to call, so yeah, what I'm saying, if you want to call Brogan Irish or English, don't send it to us directly, but you can send us other things directly by messaging us admin@nicepodbud.com or going to nicepodbud.com. There's a contact form. I'm saying words. Brogan looks very. You're allowed to listen again, Brogan. Hey.
Hmm?
Yeah, you're allowed to listen again. We're at the end of the show. We're doing the self-promotion shit
I'm
right now.
allowed to listen, but I don't have to.
Yeah. But yeah, you can send us things like art crimes, which we've got an art crime coming up, Venn diagram related, next episode. But yeah, words, they fail me. I've had enough of this episode. You have too. You can follow Brogan at Brogan Hastings. No, you can't. It's 7 billion needles. You fool.
If you're following at Brogan Hastings, that's a different Brogan Hastings. Run. Run, you found an imposter.
They're an imposter. Or a clone.
Would anybody really want to clone me? I mean,
well, would anyone really want to buy my feet pics? There is a market for everything, Brogan.
That's true. Yeah, and you can find Wayne at Wayne Geo.
That is a very true story. Let's save the rest of our self-promotion for next episode. Anyway, thanks for stopping in and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.